Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Three View. Today, we are joined by Long Beach Sharks head coach Jeff Tory. How's it going today?
I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
Good, thanks. All right, so we'll just kind of jump right on into last season. So it might not have went how you guys had hoped, but what were your overall thoughts on the season?
Yeah, for sure. In terms of the wins and losses, it certainly wasn't what we set out to accomplish. But I honestly have to admit that it was a really amazing season in terms of seeing our individual players and our team game really grow. We were certainly on the younger side. We sustained some key injuries. We actually never really got healthy over the course of the season, but they
Mm.
really embraced that next man up opportunity. Some guys, played bigger roles and more minutes that maybe was kind of anticipated. And I think it really, really paid off in the second half where we, were, very, very competitive, started winning more games. But also even in the off season there, we've had some players move on to, good opportunities at the next level. So yes, wins losses wasn't what we were shot for, but I was extremely pleased with the development of the players and the team. And again, the real credit to them. It was enjoyment coming to the rink and working with those guys every single day. Sometimes when the wins aren't there, it maybe becomes a grind, but because of their effort and attitude, it was a pleasure coming to the rink and working with that team.
Yeah, absolutely. And then in terms of wins and losses, like you were saying, you had 10 games last year that were one goal games, that obviously could have played a big factor in your playoff push if you were to win those. What do you think is going to be the key this year to take those wins away?
Yeah, I mean, I think it talks to the credit, of our division of how competitive and how close, everybody is to one another. And
Hmm.
for example, it's just one maybe costly mistake at the wrong time, or not capitalizing on opportunity. Really, kind of at the end of the day, dictates whether you win or lose a game. And we certainly had our fair share of that last year, where we maybe have a good power play or a good scoring opportunity, don't score, they come down late in the game and put one in the back of our net. But again, it's kind of to the maturation process of our players. In a year we were on I think a lot of those kind of came early in the season.
Hmm.
And later season we started winning some of those games, and that was 10 1-goal losses, but there was a couple that were 2-goal losses with an empty net there. So
Right.
again, we're right there, but again, I think the message is going to be to our returning players and new players coming in, that every detail and the little things are really what matter.
Hmm.
Again, they see the goal against or something like that, but it's the small details and the good habits that are gonna, help us be on the positive side of that this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, looking at your roster from last year, you had two of your three age outs commit to college. So obviously a younger team for you. What do you think the benefits are of having younger players within your organization?
Yeah, we were super excited. I mean, I think we do try to do our best to bring in good character players, regardless of birth year, and
Hmm.
we were fortunate to do that last year. So again, I think we saw a tremendous amount of growth, for players coming in, whether it's prep school, U18, high school, whatever it may be. So there certainly is a learning curve, but it was a credit to even only having three age outs. They were great, great leaders and role models for the young guys. And again, I think, if you look at our record and the scores from the start of the season to how we finished, you can definitely see the growth of the players. And so, yeah, obviously we want to try to carry that into this season.
And what returners are you expecting to have back that you're going to rely on both on the ice and in the locker room as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited about the core group coming back. We have a lot of them this year, so I guess that's also the benefit of being on the younger side last year. Is our retention rate is really good this year.
Hmm.
A couple guys, definitely mention out is Sam O'Neill's coming back for his third season with us. Not only a great player, but even a better person off the ice. Really good leader and really kind of exemplifies, what it takes to be successful at junior hockey and really kind of what our culture is all about. Works really hard, competes very hard, but it's also a really great teammate, cares about his teammates.
Hmm.
So he'll be relied very heavily both on and off the ice for us this upcoming season, up on the forward position. Another player, we're kind of have to wait and see how things play out, but I did want to mention Mason Jackson, another forward came into us last year out of the Skipjacks U18, had a really good season, but in particular the second half, he really, worked on it and developed his offensive game where he became a good offensive threat for us in the second half, put up most of his points more in the second half there.
Hmm.
Um, and to really want to mention it because he kind of carried it in, had a really good main camp with Oklahoma City, and earned an opportunity to be coming to training camp with them. So we'll see how that plays out, and how things fall for him. If he stays in Oklahoma City, obviously that's fantastic for him. If
Mhm.
they decide that they want him to come down and play big minutes with us, then we'll obviously welcome him back there. But he was another player. If he does come back, will be relied heavily for us, and especially on the offensive side of the game. And then another player on defense, Colton Cosmos, coming back. He had a really great season for us last year. Again, just a really good 200-foot game, really calm presence back there. So from a coach, he'll be relied upon heavily to not only play big minutes, but be really kind of a calming influence on the rest of the decor.
And you talked about Oklahoma City. Building off of that, your organization announced your affiliate with them earlier in the summer. Talk about what that affiliation means to, the players at Long Beach.
Yeah, I mean, it's been fantastic so far. First and foremost, really appreciate our owner George Chalice going out and getting that opportunity for our players in Long Beach here by having that affiliation now. And then also, real credit though to Nate Wisner and their coaching staff down in Oklahoma City. I was able to attend main camp this year.
Oh,
Very
awesome.
welcoming, very inclusive. Got to be in behind the scenes on what they're looking from their guys.
Mhm.
Talk hockey shop a little bit, systems, things like that, drills. So it gave me a really good look at what they're looking for. Bring that back to Long Beach for our players. And again, I think it's really important. We always preach the message; you have to earn it. But having that, affiliation now, true affiliation, where you're maybe an injury away or performing well, can really have that opportunity to move up internally within our two organizations now. So between their coaching staff, the owner presenting that for our guys. Now it's up to our guys to go to work and earn that opportunity, maybe to get called up.
Absolutely. It's awesome because, like you said, your players get that opportunity that they might not have somewhere else if there wasn't that affiliation. So that's great that you guys are able to build that relationship, and going to main camp too is obviously huge for you as well.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I think the affiliation is only as good as the team, the camaraderie between the coaching staff and obviously our owner there. And so, I definitely have to mention, how well they, welcomed me and really kind of made me feel part of it. And we've been in contact regularly about players. So I think that's really important that, again, we really kind of have that collaborative effort to, develop our guys so that, if there's an opportunity when they go up, they're ready and prepared to make that jump.
Yeah, awesome. So then if we look at your playing career, so you played at UMaine and then went on to go play pro hockey. Having these experiences at high levels, what advice can you give to players knowing that, you are able to execute and play at these levels?
Yeah, for I guess for my own personal experience, first and foremost, I think you really have to love the game and have a passion for the game.
Hmm.
It's easy when you're winning or scoring some goals and things like that, but I think you really have to have that love and drive to show up at the rink and maybe work on the aspects of your game that are a little bit of weakness or challenging for you.
Hmm.
And come in there and look at that as a good opportunity to get to work and improve yourself as a player. And like I said, just embrace every aspect of the game, the grinds of the bus trips, being with the team on the bench in the locker rooms. All of that plays a part of it. And I think if you love what you're doing, it's easy to kind of put in that work and really see the improvement in your game. Then as a coach, a couple of things we look for and really try to preach to our guys is first, I think you have to have that real internal, healthy work ethic and compete level.
Hmm.
You have to have that drive in everything you do to get yourself better. Then also, obviously we want to have good attitude and be a good teammate, bring the right attitude to the rink there. You'll have fun while you're there, but you make sure you're putting in the work and you'll just be a real good positive role model for your teammates and care about your teammates. And then third, I think it's really important as well as make sure you're coachable. Like receive the message that the coaches are giving back to you. And like I said, understand where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of caring.
Right.
The habits you may need to work on or the details you may need to improve. Or what's going to be needed at the next level there. So, sometimes, the players maybe think that you're being hard on them or whatever. And obviously it's how you deliver that message. But,
Right.
with our guys, we definitely tell them, we want to hold them accountable to the details that are going to be needed to be successful at the next level. So those are definitely some of the factors we try to preach to our guys.
Yeah, 100%. And you're heading into your fifth season on Long Island. What are you most excited for as we head into the 2024-25 season?
Yeah, two things. It's always great to see the returners. Like I said, I have really fond memories of the team last year, so it's always fun to see them after a season, a year of experience, and get to see the work that they put in over the summertime. So to pick up those relationships, and then the other half of that is super exciting is the new guys coming in.
Mhm.
You'll start building those relationships. Having those meetings and conversations. I think nowadays especially, but I've always been a big believer in good communication, not just from the coach to the player, but I think it's really important to get that communication and feedback from the player back to the coach.
Mhm.
If you build those relationships and build that trust, I think it's easy. Everything else kind of falls in line when you start working on X's and O's and drills and implement systems and game planning and things like that. So, getting back with the guys is the most exciting part.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck this upcoming season.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.